When you think about psychedelic rock, what do you think of? Do you think of the experimental parts of the Beatles? Do you think about Jefferson Airplane? Do you think maybe some Hendrix? Well, a lot of people in the world think about Brazilian psychedelic rock. And I am really embarrassed to admit that I haven't listened to a lot of it. I've seen a few Brazilian rock bands in my life. I think at least one of them was in that kind of psychedelic vibe. But for the most part, this is a style of music that has not been a huge part of my repertoire. So when Beetronics reached out to me and asked me to check out their Abelha Tropical Fuzz, I felt like I had some homework to do. But let's check out this pedal and see what kind of sounds we can get from it. Welcome to Get Offset. My name is Emily, and like I said, I'm here with the Abelha Tropical Fuzz from Beetronics. As you can see, it's kind of a big guy, but that's not too uncommon. When you think about like a vintage style fuzz, they often had these kind of bigger enclosures, and I think it simply looks really cool. So the Abelha has 3 fuzz modes. One is a gated fuzz, that's the pollen. There's a higher gain rounder fuzz called the nectar, and then there's the honey, which is a high gain overdrive. So let's go ahead and get started. I am playing my Ventera to Jazzmaster through the Benson Chimera plugin from Mixwave. This is what it sounds like clean. Turn up the volume a little bit. And with the gated pollen. Now, I've played the pollen, so people can't yell at me for not getting into sounds early enough. The controls of this are relatively simple on the face. We have volume, we have fuzz, both of those are at noon if you can't really see them. We also have a 2-stack EQ. Top is high, you can boost or cut that, and the bottom is low, which again, you can boost or cut. Those are both at noon for now. We also have a toggle, and that's how you go between the 3 primary fuzz modes. Yes, I said primary. So let me just go through all those fuzz modes, and we can really hear the differences between them. Is it really a gain demo if you don't crank the fuzz or the gain? I really regret not just playing an E chord. Really lost the note there. All right, I'm gonna keep the fuzz at about 2 o'clock. And let's experiment with this tone stack. Something I like about this tone stack is you can get a really gated kind of sound. course, if you do that, you might want to compensate for volume. Let's turn up the low all the way. And match that with the highs. You do have some range. I'm going to leave those both at about 2 o'clock as well. That's, for my ear, what I prefer. Now, if you have listened to a lot of this Brazilian psychedelic, you might be like, that doesn't sound quite like what I would expect, and that's because you haven't entered the tropical mode yet. You can do that with a momentary mode by just holding down the foot switch, or you can set it into latching with a double tap. But let's go ahead and just A-B those. So Abelha means bee in Portuguese. That's what the manual says, at least, and yeah, it does. So yeah, this is essentially just a high pass filter on the fuzz, and it gives it that psychedelic sound. Alone, it may not sound like much, but in a mix, it just cuts through really well, sounds really cool, and I'm personally a fan. Especially for lead kind of stuff. And yes, the tone stack does still work. Just sounds really, really cool to my ear. Turn the lows all the way down. I'm not saying you're going to use that tone, but it's there if you want it. God, that even sounds really sick. Damn. Sounds better fuzzier, but still sounds cool. I especially love the tropical mode for leads, for bends. I think it sounds really good up high. It also has a lot of character down low. God. All right, well, that is a quick look at the Abelha, the new Beetronics Fuzz. Again, 3 primary modes, and each has a secondary tropical mode, which is essentially a high pass filter. It is funky, it is cool, it sounds really great, and it's surprisingly versatile. Yes, it is based specifically on Brazilian psychedelic rock, but it can do so much more, especially that overdrive is, you know, again, versatile is the word of the day, guys. Personally, I prefer that nectar, that middle fuzz. I think that's probably where I would use it the most. I always love a gated fuzz, and I think that's personally my second favorite mode of this pedal. That being said, I probably just wouldn't be able to use it as much in my kind of band, but I think it's really sick. Having that momentary latching, I think, is especially cool. Imagine doing some leads or some riffs on that and then just releasing it and going back to just the standard full frequency for rhythm parts or what have you. That's personally how I would kind of envision this. It also has momentary latching for being on at all, and that's just going to be in your last setting. So if it was on tropical mode before you turn off the pedal, the momentary latching to be on will also do tropical mode. There are also 3 modes with the foot switch. I won't really get into those because I don't really like filming when I have to unplug the pedal, hold down the foot switch and plug it back in, and then cycle through some settings, but those are available. That just, I think, makes the use a little bit easier to fine tune to your needs and your wants as a player. So I'm not really going to get into that. That's foot stuff, and I don't have feet on camera. Why did I say that like that? Okay. Thank you to Beetronic for sending me this pedal to demo. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I suspect you could as well if this is the kind of sound that you're after. I'll have links in the video description. I'll also have links to some affiliate pages. So if there's anything else in the world that you want, using those affiliate links is a great way to support this channel, doing things you're probably already doing. So we love that. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/getoffset. At $5 or above, you get access to our exclusive Discord server. And at the $10 level, you get swag. I believe you get a new mug in your 3rd month. So I've been seeing those going out. They look great. The $5 level, you also get a sticker. The $10 level, you still get the Discord access. You get the mug. So that's really, really neat. What else? Oh yeah, you can say thanks down here if you want to just, you know, tip this channel. If not, I completely understand. Personally, my favorite way to support the channel is to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, telling your favorite brands about us so we can get more work. By we, I mean me. Well, to everyone out there, thanks for watching. Thanks for understanding. Until next time, my name is Emily. Goodbye.